The only way to make sense of what's happening around the world today, I think, is to know what's going to happen tomorrow. And God's seen fit to tell us a great many things about the future. There are hundreds of yet-to-be-fulfilled prophecies in the Bible, maybe as many as 500. We reserve a few minutes Sunday morning to suggest news or trends that seem to be predicted by a literal futurist reading of the Bible. To avoid sensationalism, we're careful to use recognized, reliable sources for news. And we're never saying that the things we're reporting are the definite fulfillment of prophecy, just that they're the things you would expect to be happening from reading prophecy. The mark of the beast is described in the Revelation as a mark on the right hand or forehead, and no one may buy or sell except the one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. There'll be some sort of global system by which we will all be, or the citizens of the tribulation will all be connected together. Microchip in the hand, palm print, thumb print, who knows what it will be. Currency will be all digital, so you won't be able to buy anything off-grid, and everybody will be a part of that. And technologically, it's become possible just the last couple of years, and it actually seems really super convenient. However, the totalitarian global government of the Antichrist will enforce its mandates by restricting what a person can buy or sell. And this will begin to affect every aspect of life. We've been trending that way for some time, even before this, but with the COVID-19 pandemic, that revealed how easy it is for governments to mandate the behaviors they deem necessary without any regard really to human rights. Regardless what you think about their mandates, I mean, you have to just see what they actually did. Almost overnight, there were only two groups of people in the world, the vaxxed and the notorious unvaxxed, right? And everybody, it was like talking politics or religion. I mean, it was really very serious, and it could have got out of hand very easily. And so the vaxxed, they were rewarded to a certain extent, and the unvaxxed were punished. This is a form of what we would call social credit today. You're rewarded for obeying certain mandates, and you're restricted and punished for disobeying them. Our own government is beginning to experiment with other ways to implement social credit in order to control us. I read an article titled, "Federal Reserve Announces Social Credit System Exercise to Ensure Banks Comply with Climate Models." So essentially, I'm going to read the text to you a little bit, but what they're saying is that the Federal Reserve is going to start looking at how individuals and businesses react to climate change and what the government sets down in terms of change for climate change, and they're going to start restricting banking to certain. Imagine if they found out, you post on Facebook that you don't think climate change is real, and then you go to buy a car at the Toyota dealership and they say, well, we can accommodate you for 35% interest. Well, that guy over there, he only got charged 2% interest. He believes in climate change and you don't. And I mean, you think, well, that's stupid. Well, that's what's happening. Not at Toyota yet, but maybe at Chevrolet, but not at Toyota. Certainly at Ford. The Federal Reserve has taken a major step in the direction of what they call environmental social governance. It's a network that effectively acts as a parallel system to that of the Chinese Communist Party's infamous social credit system. The banks involved are Bank of America, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, and Wells Fargo. Of course, it's just a scenario until it's not. The Fed pilot program is set to launch in early 2023. Another article said, environmental, social, and governance metrics are a kind of social credit system designed to coerce businesses and, by extension, individuals and all of society to transform their practices. Investors and banks and governments use ESG to push businesses to change how they function, regardless of what the employees and customers of those businesses want. I began to read an article this morning, but I didn't get through it, so I don't want to quote too much of it, but a lot of world leaders are calling for a pandemic treaty that all the world leaders will sign so that we all do the same thing during the next pandemic. And so imagine, I'm sure that'll work out great, right? Because quite honestly, even the governments were all over the map on mandates, right? But now they're saying, no, we need one set of behaviors for the entire planet. This is incredible. Do you understand how incredible that is? They're actually saying we want to join the whole planet in one set of behaviors. This is end time stuff for real. During the 7 years of the Great Tribulation, a person's social credit score will reflect whether or not they have sworn allegiance to the Antichrist. And if you read through there in Revelation 12 and all, if you don't swear allegiance to the Antichrist midway through the tribulation, when he declares that he is God and to be worshipped, you're dead. They're going to track you down and kill you. We've suggested a few weeks ago that it's probably by drone attack. They've got these weird drones now that can seek you out and kill you. Or maybe they'll drop a robot dog on your roof with a Chinese rifle. And I mean, it's crazy what's happening in our world, but it's happening. No one knows how all this will pan out. All I'm saying is that social credit is exactly what you would expect from reading Bible prophecy. We're witnessing the stage setting for the 7-year Great Tribulation. We won't be here for it because the Lord's going to come and resurrect the dead in Christ and rapture living believers. We sometimes call that whole event the rapture of the church. Are you ready for the rapture? If not, get ready, stay ready, keep looking up. Ready or not, Jesus is coming.